The contents of this lecture are introduction, the design process criteria, definition, major DFM objectives, and the role of DFM in concurrent engineering, DFM methods. Introduction. The revisions at the design stage can result the reduction in manufacturing costs. Many manufacturing problems can be traced back to the design process. The revisions at the design stage can result the reduction in manufacturing costs, and such measures can crucially affect the success of a product. The second point is the product must function at the most effective and economical manner within the applying constraints. The design engineer translate new products into drawing and a bill of materials. Many conflicting and complex issues in the design activity have to be considered. The product must function in the most effective and economical manner within the applying constraints. The major constraint is cost. Other factors such as safety, pollution, and legal requirements has to be considered. Considering of manufacturing problems at the design stage is the major way of reducing manufacturing costs and increasing productivity. An early identification of improved design for manufacture can maximize the benefits. The benefits of design revisions are realized too late. If the product is already in production, the issue is complicated by factors such as the investment committed to the tooling and equipment and the remaining product life expenditure, whereas an early identification of improved design for manufacture can maximize the benefits. The production of engineering products, the activities of the design department largely predetermine how a product is made and what it will cost to produce. These are the process criteria. First is satisfaction of the functional and aesthetic requirements. Second is optimum quality and reliability. Third is compliance with company legal policies on standardization and variety reduction. Fourth is minimum part manufacture cost, and fifth is minimum assembly cost. And if we talk about the what is DFM, DFM means design for manufacture. Design for manufacture is a development practice emphasizing manufacturing issues throughout the product development process. A successful DFM results in lower production cost without sacrificing product quality. If we talk about the objectives of DFM, the objectives of DFM are to reduce component costs, to reduce assembly cost, and to reduce production support cost. And now let's talk about the DFM in concurrent engineering. The DFM maintains communication between all components of the manufacturing system and permit flexibility to adopt and to modify the design during each stage of the product's realization. A company cannot meet quality and cost objectives with isolated design and manufacturing engineering operations. To be competitive requires a design engineer effort from concept to production. All relevant components of the manufacturing system, including outside suppliers, are made active participants in the design effort from the start. The team approach helps ensure that total product knowledge is as complete as possible at the time each design decision is made. Because of the complexity of the issues involved, it is convenient to divide the subject of DFM into two considerations. First is organizational and management issues, and second is methodologies and tools. In organizational and management issues, these issues encompass project management and teamwork aspects. They must also include due consideration simultaneously to marketing, design, etc. The objective being to produce a design which is right first time. And second, methodologies and tools. These methodologies and tools can be used to help support DFM goals and to help ensure that the physical design meets the DFM objectives. Now let's talk about the DFM methods. the methods that are used for design for manufacture. The first method is design for assembly, second is creative design methods, third is product family themes, and fourth is design axioms. The design for assembly method is developed to minimize the cost of assembly within constraints imposed by other design requirements. They are based largely on industrial engineering time study methods. This is done by first reducing the number of parts and then ensuring that the remaining parts are easy to assemble. And next is creative design methods. Opportunities for improved competitiveness occurs at two different levels during product introduction. First is at the conceptual design stage, where alternative working principles are generated to satisfy the product design specifications. And in second, during concept development and detailing, where within the framework of the design concept in question components are defined in detail and assembly and materials are specified. The British Standard identifies 5 basic prerequisites for effective management. First is sincere commitment to product design. Second is motivation of all those involved. Third is provision of clear objectives. And fourth is provision of adequate people and equipment resources. And fifth is provision of an organizational system. This provides a very general guide to the difficult problem of successful product design and its management. And the next is product family themes. As a DFM, design for manufacture tool, group technology can be used in a variety of ways to produce significant design efficiency, product performance, and quality improvements. And now let's talk about group technology. What is group technology? Group technology is a manufacturing philosophy in which similar parts are identified and grouped together to take advantage of their similarities in manufacturing and design. Similar parts are arranged into part families. A part family is a collection of parts which are similar either because of geometric shape and size or because of similar processing steps are required in their manufacture. Each family would possess similar design and manufacturing characteristics, hence the processing of each member of a given family would be similar, and this results in manufacturing efficiencies. These efficiencies are achieved in the form of reduced setup time, lower in-process inventory, better scheduling, improved tool control, and the use of standardized process plans. The next is design axioms. An axiomatic approach to design is based on the belief that fundamental principles or axioms of good design exist, and that use of axioms to guide and evaluate design decisions lead to good design. By definition, an axiom must be applicable to the full range of design decisions and to all stages, phases, and levels of the design process. Design axioms cannot be proven, but rather must be accepted as general truth because no violation or counter example have ever been observed. Application of design axioms to the analyzing and designing of products and manufacturing system is not always easy or straightforward because the axioms are quite abstract. Their use requires considerable practice as well as extensive on-the-job design, manufacturing experience, and judgment.